Hello there, welcome to my channel. My name is Andrew Semaganda, and today I want to take you through the process of importing and exporting information in Microsoft Access. As you go along in developing your Microsoft Access databases, you realize that some of the information you might need in your databases is in other formats like Microsoft Excel. So in this video, I'll take you through the process of getting that information from other sources and drop it into Microsoft Access. As you can see, this is the previous database. We called it School Database 2. We developed in the previous videos. I'm going to use this database and import some data from other sources and also export information from this database to other formats like Microsoft Excel or Microsoft Word or PDF. As you can see, this is a Microsoft Access table. You remember we talked about the teachers table. So I've opened the school database and I'm at the teachers table. This is teachers table. Assuming you had a list of other teachers who are not in this database, but they are in Microsoft Excel. So assuming we wanted to add more information in our database, I'm now in Microsoft Excel. As you can see, this is Excel. If you wanted to add information in our database, in other words, to append information on this table, and you have to make sure that these columns are exactly matching. You can see how many are they? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So let's check our table here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So they are matching. But in case they are not matching, the information will not be accepted in the teachers table in Microsoft Access. So what you do in order to pick information from Excel, you just highlight, very easy, highlight the records without the header, because the headers are already indicated in Microsoft Access teachers table. So you copy this information, Control C, you go to Microsoft Access, click on this icon here, this button here, click on this button with a star, right click it and paste. It will pop up with a message saying you are about to paste 3 records. Are you sure you want to paste these records? If you say no, it will not update. But if we say yes, it will automatically update for you the information. So I want to illustrate a scenario whereby, let me first delete that information there. I want to illustrate a scenario whereby, assuming that this gender, one of the items, was one of the rows was here reading female. You're already aware that this column takes only one letter. It can either be M or F. Let me try to paste there this information once again. Go to Microsoft Access Teachers Table, right click, paste. It will give you a message saying that the field is too small. It is because you are trying to paste female in full instead of just letter F. But if you go ahead and click on OK, it will bring this message saying, do you want to suppress further error messages telling you why records can't be pasted? You say yes. Now, it will only paste the two records without the error and say yes. Records that Microsoft Access was unable to paste have been inserted into a new table called paste errors. When you click OK, Microsoft Access will create for you another table with paste errors. When I click on it, it will open paste errors, and this information for Melinda Jackson has not been pasted into the teachers table. Why? Because of this word female. So if I collect this word female, I can collect it from here. I can as well collect it from Microsoft Excel and try to cut this out. I say yes and try to update my table here. Right click and say paste. You can see the information is automatically pasted because now we've corrected the error. So that's how you can troubleshoot the errors when you importing data from Excel to Microsoft Access. I'm showing you the easiest way of importing data into your Microsoft Access. Now, assuming that the information was in Word, you can see this is Microsoft Word. So long as the information is in tabular form, is in table form, you can say again here we need to correct this such that it reads F. It's the same principle. You just highlight this, copy, go to your database, right click, paste. The reason why it shows this message because the information we are trying to paste is already in the database. But assuming that we didn't have this information within this database, you just click here and just say paste, and it will automatically paste for you the information from Microsoft Word. Then another scenario is whereby you have information in another database, assuming the information was located in another database. It can be Microsoft SQL database, it can be a MySQL database. So what you do, you go to that database, assuming that this information is located in another database. This is a different database. So let me first go and delete this. So assuming this is a different database and I want to transfer my information from this database to the database I'm working on, which is school database 2. Very simple, you just highlight. And if you want to highlight everything at one go, you click on this button here. It has a small arrow here. Click on it, it will highlight your information. But sometimes the best way is to do it like that. You press on Shift and then select your records you want to transfer to the school database 2. You copy. I go to my school database 2. This is school database 2. And paste. The information will be pasted there. So as you can see, you can import data from different sources so long as the information that you importing or you are pasting into your database is exactly the same format. Otherwise, if it is not in the same format, assuming here that we didn't have this column, assuming that we didn't have that column, you realize that this table is not in the same format as our teachers table in this database. And what will happen? Information will be distorted. You realize that the information for state will end up in date of birth. It will not even be accepted because date of birth is a different type of information and it will not be accepting items that are not dates. Let's try and see if we can paste this information and see the message that we get. So if I come here and paste, you get that message. Assuming that this was not there. So if I try to paste, you'll get this message. It is because the format of this table in Microsoft Excel is not the same as the format in this table of Microsoft Access. If we went ahead to correct the information in this table, just click undo. So, and I try to paste my information. Of course, remember to correct this one as well. I try to copy and paste my information. Click paste. It will automatically paste your information in the Microsoft Access Teachers table. You remember this one was false. That's why this is not ticked. What I mean, married false. It returns a box here which is not ticked. That's how you play around with information from different sources and capture it in your Microsoft Access database. Then I want to illustrate how you can export this data to other sources like Excel, Microsoft Word, PDF. It's quite very simple. You just click on this button here. First of all, even if you don't highlight. So what you do, you just click on this Excel, you browse for the folder where you want the information to be captured, and then assuming that I wanted to capture this information under downloads, and the file name is teachers table, I click on save. Click OK. Close. So when I go to my folder called downloads and I look for teachers table, it's right there. Now I've transferred information from Microsoft Access to Microsoft Excel. They are so close. You can see how Microsoft Access and Excel complement each other. You can as well export in other formats. You can export to Microsoft Word by clicking on More. If I click on More, again, I want to save my data under downloads. Just say OK, close. So when I go to my folder and I look up for the teacher's file in Word, the information will be right there. It's opening. You can see it as exported. Okay, we can change the layout here to see all our information. You can as well reduce on the size of the table. I can make it 20 Yeah, you can see our information is exported to Microsoft Word. Let me go back to our database to see how we can export to PDF. Assuming that you wanted to export to PDF, it's just right here. You click on it and select the folder. As the folder is already there, downloads, publish. This one I can close. It is exporting our information to PDF format. You can see the information here is already exported, though it has cut it because the table is quite wide, so it is putting the rest of the information just below here. So that's how you can export Microsoft Access data to other formats. Let me go back to my Microsoft Access school database. You can as well export information in your reports. Assuming that you wanted to export this information in this report, just click on the report and then click on PDF, publish. Assuming that you wanted to send it to maybe a colleague or a workmate or your boss. So this is how you export your reports to PDF. So you can as well send this report by email by clicking on email. It's better to select PDF. PDF is a good format because it renders well on very many gadgets, phones, iPads, and so on and so forth. Once I click OK, the report will be attached on your email, but you need an Outlook profile already set up on the computer you are using to send the report. So I think this explains well how you can import and export data. Thank you very much for listening to me. Please like, share, and subscribe, and please make comments on this video. And in my next video, I will show you how you can add firmly on forms and queries. Thank you.